Hi Gemini and Cross Watchers, how are y'all doing? This is your November 2020 tarot reading. If you're new here, I'm Sarah. This is Cancer Capricorn guidance, and I'm here to bring you love, light, and guidance through tarot, astrology, and spirituality. In my description box, you can find my email. Please feel free to reach out to me if you'd like to schedule a personal reading. You can also find my Instagram. Feel free to give me a follow. You can also find a few different links to some Spotify playlists I've made. I really love making playlists and sharing them with people. So if you're trying to get into some new music, feel free to check those out. You can also find my PayPal link if you'd like to donate to this channel. It would mean the absolute world to me. So thank you so much if you choose to do so. So Gemini, how have y'all been doing? What's been up? Gemini. I feel like you guys have been finally settling into some new. I feel like Geminis have been going through a lot of big transitions. Yeah, I feel like the last few months for Gemini have been like all over the place and really up in the air. I feel like you guys have been really going through a lot of big transitions and changes. And I think there might be a part of you that's finally starting to settle into these changes. I think things are finally starting to settle down for y'all. So you're finally starting to chill out a little bit and relax a little bit because you're feeling good about where you are. I think there was a lot of uncertainty in the last few months for you. There's been a lot of uncertainty about, you know, all these transitions and all the choices you're making and whether or not you're making the right choices, whether or not you're doing the right thing, you're in the right place, you know, you're at the right job, you're with the right people. But I think you're finally starting to be in a place where you feel good and you're finally starting to settle into all of these big changes that have been happening for you. And you're starting to feel really grateful and excited about them. I think for a while you were just kind of anxious because there was a lot of change in a very short period of time. But I think you finally feel decent about it. Like you're starting to settle in, starting to get comfortable, starting to feel good about it. I'm getting parents. Geminis, you might be having issues with parents. Some kind of issues with parents. Some kind of issues with parents. Not sure what kind. Geminis are very independent, so you might be struggling with a parent. You might be struggling with a parent who doesn't respect your independence, doesn't trust you to be independent and do things for yourself. Or maybe you have had issues with parents where you had to be independent because you didn't have that parental guidance in some way. Yeah, I'm getting something to do with parents, Gemini. I don't know if that's recent or that's something that's been coming up for you. Interesting. Okay, Gemini. Let's get into your reading. See what's up for you. Any messages for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury, Mars, whatever placements you may have in your chart. This card keeps coming out for everybody. Whatever placements you may have in your chart, whatever energy you've been vibing with. This is for November 2020. Any messages for Gemini for November 2020? Ooh. Messages of love, truth, healing, light, forgiveness, guidance, clarity, acceptance, comfort, transition, change. Messages for Gemini here for November 2020. Messages for Gemini. Any other messages for Gemini? Okay. That came out in your last month's reading too, Gemini, the Knight of Wands. All right, so for the overall energy, we have the Knight of Wands. Gemini, I think you're in a place where you really just want to go. You're ready to move forward. You're ready to get excited again. You're ready to get going. Maybe things have been a little bit slow for you and you're starting to get your energy back. You're starting to feel good again. You're starting to feel motivated again. This is definitely an energy of passion. Something is driving you. Maybe there is a certain thing that's really keeping you going. Maybe you really found a job that you love and it's reigniting your passion for the work that you do. Maybe you and your partner have been reconnecting and there's a lot of attraction here, or maybe you met someone new and there's a lot of attraction there. This is definitely a lot of physical, sexual energy. Maybe you're getting that drive back. Maybe you're just in a place where you are exploring physical connections and you're just feeling good about that. It's giving you a boost of confidence. Yeah, there's a lot of things here, but you're feeling driven again. You're being driven by passion. You're feeling fire again. You're ready to get going again. There's something that's driving your energy and your attention to something. You're just feeling passionate. You're feeling motivated, like you really want to work towards this. You're feeling driven. It could be about a lot of different things. I have a feeling it's something to do with romance because there's going to be an offer on the table for you, or maybe it's already come in for you. I feel like that there's going to be some kind of romantic offer coming in for you, and it looks really good, but you're making assumptions. You're either making assumptions about the stability of it, the long term of it, or you're questioning that. I think there's going to be an offer coming in for you, or an offer that has already come in for you, and you're thinking about the long term of it. You look at it like, okay, is this going to provide me with stability? Is this going to provide me with the long-term success that I'm trying to work towards? If this isn't about love or romance or anything, this could be about a work opportunity, something that comes in that looks like beautiful. It's like your dream job. You're romanticizing it and it allows you to be creative. It's like your perfect job that's going to give you a lot of opportunities for creativity and expression. It's like an offer that leaves you feeling really good, but you're thinking about, okay, is this going to bring in the income I need? Is this a good long-term investment to make into this job? Is this something that I'm going to be at for a long time? Is this going to be somewhere where I can plant my seed and really grow myself in my career here? I think you're really looking at this opportunity like, yeah, it looks really good, but I'm questioning, I'm thinking about whether or not it's what I want for the long term. If this is about relationships, Gemini, I think you may be questioning whether you want long-term stable commitments right now or not. I think you're looking at like, you want romanticism, you want some romance coming in for you, you want some excitement coming in for you, you're ready to explore romantic and physical and sexual connections, but you're questioning whether or not you want them to turn into long-term things. You're questioning whether or not you want to commit to someone or make an investment into someone. Yeah. Or maybe you're exploring a connection and it's really passionate and beautiful, but you're looking at it like, is this long-term? I think you're questioning the long-term stability of it. And I think also there may be a part of you that's rushing through. There may be a part of you that's being really impulsive and rushing to that point. I think there's an offer on the table for you, or an offer that's going to come in that looks really good, and maybe it has the promise. You're making an assumption about the long-term stability of it. You're thinking, okay, this looks good. Let me put my investment into this. Let me see where this goes. And I think there's a part of you that's really rushing. There's a part of you that's really acting impulsively and moving too quickly through this to get to that point. Or maybe this is a pattern that you've noticed, is that you're full of passion with that Knight of Wands. You're full of a lot of passion and energy, and you get swept away by the physical connection, the physical attraction, and maybe you mistake it for love and like long-term commitment, and then you rush to it. You rush through to that point because you want to get there. Or maybe this other person is trying to rush through to get to this stable point, and you're like, hold up, I'm not sure I want that. Like, hold your horses. Yeah, there's a lot going on here in terms of, if this is about a job too, it could be about like, there's an offer on the table that looks really good, but you're questioning the long-term stability of it, and you are like maybe rushing through or taking the first offer that comes at you, taking the first job offer that comes at you, and maybe rushing through and making an impulsive decision. Maybe saying something a little too soon, saying something really impulsively, putting your foot in your mouth, and then kind of backtracking and regretting it. I'm seeing that you are in this place of exploring sexual and physical connections, and you're feeling really passionate, and there's other people that are out here like offering you their cup, offering you their love, offering you long-term stability, offering you a commitment and an investment, and want to grow and build with you. And maybe you didn't realize that at first. You were like, yeah, sure, let's do it. And you rushed into it, not knowing that that's what this person wanted, when really you are on a different page completely. And then all of a sudden it leads to some Five of Wands fighting. There may be like a situationship or a casual relationship that you've been exploring, and you're in a place where you're like keeping it casual, keeping it, friends with benefits, or just exploring the physical side of it, or just kind of going with the passion of it, not taking anything too seriously. But this other person over here is like, I'm offering you my cup, I'm offering you something real, and you're like, yeah, sure, let's do it. And then it leads to, wait, I don't know if I want that. And they're angry because they are upset with you that you don't want the same thing as them, or that you agreed to do this when you really didn't want it, or maybe you weren't sure about what you want, but this looked good, so you went for it really quickly. And now there's just there was miscommunication here. This Knight of Wands reverse, there was miscommunication. Someone rushed into something that they weren't sure about, or they thought they wanted, and now they're like, I'm not sure if I want this. Now they're backtracking, but there's some arguing here because mismatched expectations, mismatched desires. The two of you are maybe fighting because there's just been some miscommunication here in terms of what people want, what people are willing to commit to, what people are willing to get themselves into and invest in. Yeah, I'm seeing that one person here is offering something real and the other person is just trying to explore casually. Or maybe you were going back and forth between whether or not you want something real and like stable and committed, or if you want something casual. I think you're in a place where you want to explore things passionately, but there's still a part of you that like instinctively is like, okay, sure, yeah, let me get into a relationship with this person that I have a really nice physical connection with. You kind of rush into it, and then it leads to some fighting because you are like, wait, hold up, I'm not sure if I want that. What are we doing here? Why I want this, you want this, how did this happen? Why is there this miscommunication? There's definitely a lot of fighting here. Not necessarily fighting, but just like argumentation, miscommunication, people trying to battle out like who's right, who is in the wrong here. It doesn't look like there's anyone in the wrong or right here. It looks like just mismatched desires, mismatched expectations, and then a miscommunication about that led to this. There were some misunderstandings about what each party wanted. And now it looks like there's gonna be an argument about it because the truth finally comes out about, what you really want, what this person really wants, about maybe your confusion about you don't really know what you really want, and you feel bad because maybe you've led this person on a little bit. This could have something to do with an ex. Maybe you were like, hooked up with an ex. Maybe you hooked up with an ex because you were in this place, and this ex was like, oh, we're starting something again. We're going to get back to a place of like, we're going to start to build something again. And you were just kind of rushing through like, oh, I thought we were just fucking around. And now there's this blow up, like you lied to me, or you deceived me, or, I wanted this and you were only playing with me. Because this Sun reverse, someone's really unhappy. Someone really just wanted to I think you really wanted to have fun here. And now you're just like, all this fighting that's happening, this is not what I wanted to happen. This is not how I wanted it to turn out. But this Sun in reverse is like, I'm not happy now. I just wanted to have fun, and now my mood is ruined, and now I feel like shit because this Ten of Swords reverse is like, someone thinks that this isn't really over. This Ten of Swords reverse is like, it's not really over. Like, I thought there was like a final nail in the coffin. I thought that I like closed that door. I thought this was done, but now I've opened this back up again. Maybe by mistake, and it's left me in a place of like, this person thinks that it's not over, but I made that mistake and now it's a big mess, and people are left unhappy. Or this person is really unhappy that you open this up with them again, and this Ten of Swords is like, they're unhappy because you are finally, the truth is coming out that you are finally like, dude, I'm moving on, I'm over this, I'm okay with the fact that this ended, like things ended between us, and I'm letting it go. I'm letting the grudge go. Like this sudden ending that came in, like I'm getting over it. I'm moving on. But it's clear that you have not moved on. Yeah. I'm getting someone is really unhappy about how this turned out, about the way things went down, because they didn't want it to be over. But you are on the other hand, like, I'm over this, dude. I'm trying to move on from this. I'm trying to get over this. And I didn't mean to like open this back up again. Like maybe I just wanted to fuck around. I wanted to see if something was still here, or I was just being impulsive. I was just like, But I think one party here was really upset because they wanted something more with you, and you were maybe just trying to explore. There was definitely some argumentation here, and someone's going to be left unhappy because they had this false perception like, oh, maybe it's not over, but the other person was like, no, it's over, I'm moving on, and you should too. Yeah. I'm gonna pull one more card of clarification, just overall, just so that if I can get any more information from this. I'm gonna pull one more card here for Gemini. One more card of clarification here for Gemini. The High Priestess reverse. Someone's ignoring their intuition about this. Whether that's you, your intuition is trying to tell you that this wasn't a good idea and you should have been more paying attention to that, or this other person should have been paying attention to their intuition that was telling them that, you know, this person wasn't trying to, you know, start over with you or start something new with you. I think their intuition was telling them that you were just trying to mess around, but they weren't listening because they were so clouded by what they really wanted, which was like, you know, to rebuild with you or try again. But you're like, no, it's over. I wasn't trying to open anything back up. I wasn't trying to get back together with you. I wasn't trying to start over. Like, I'm done. I was just messing around, seeing if you wanted to, you know, give it a go around one more time. But there was maybe both parties here were kind of ignoring their intuition that was telling them that both of your desires were on completely different pages here. There's a part that's like, you weren't listening to the voice that was telling you this wasn't a good idea. This is similar to last month's in a way. Yeah, this is similar to your last month's reading, getting the same messages. So be careful, Gemini. There could be someone from your past that's coming back and like wanting more than you think, and you are just on a more casual level. So be careful. Make sure you communicate. Make sure you're communicating about what it is you want. Don't ignore your intuition that's trying to tell you that this isn't a good idea, that you two are on different pages. Like, maybe you don't know what you want and this person is expecting you to, and they're blaming you and feeling really hurt that they thought you wanted something, but that was their wrong assumption to make, and it was your wrong assumption to make that they also wanted something as casual as you. It's a lot of miscommunication here, and someone's going to be left really unhappy because there's miscommunication about whether or not this is truly over, and there was some ignored intuition that was trying to come through and prevent this from happening. Can I get 3 cards of advice here for Gemini? 3 cards of advice for Gemini regarding this spread. 3 cards of advice here for Gemini regarding this spread. Three cards of advice here for Gemini. Ooh, okay. All right. The Tower, the 3 of Cups, and the 7 of Wands. The Tower. Gemini, I think you have to let this tower crumble. I think you have to let whatever this is, it looks like there's a connection with someone from your past that is not finally ending. I think this is asking you to really let go. I think this is asking you to finally let this tower crumble. Embrace the change that is coming. Embrace the tower crumbling that's going to come in for you. Embrace this tower that's gonna fall down because it's meant to. Something is meant to end here. This is meant to fall because it's not stable. This tower is not built well. It's not stable. There's not a good foundation, and it's meant to fall so that something new can be built, so something new can take its place. The tower is not scary, but this is there's a lot of Scorpio energy, the Scorpio season, the Scorpio Mercury retrograde. There could have been a lot coming up from the past for you. There could have been an ex coming back from the past, or someone from your past coming back, and there's been a lot of miscommunication, which can definitely happen during a Mercury retrograde. But I think this is asking you to not get caught up in the illusion and to let this tower fall. Let this finally end once and for all. I think there was a part of this that was like, what if this isn't really over? Whether it was you thinking that or this other person thinking that. But I think it's like, it's over and it's time to be over and it's time to let this tower crumble. It's time to release a lot of these old things from the past. It's time to let a lot of this shit from the past go so that you can move on into the future and into the end of the year and into next year with a new fresh start. No more baggage, no more shit from the past. No more miscommunication, no more going back to people from the past. This is really like, let the tower crumble. Let this end. Let this come to an end. Because I don't think there may have been a pattern here where you two come back to each other and then it always ends up in a fight and miscommunication, and don't do that. Don't let that happen again. Finally, let this end. let this finally come to an end, because I don't think either of you want to deal with this anymore. With the Three of Cups, I think this is asking you to not go back to your past, to people from your past, but to try to find the comfort and the excitement and the fun and the connection that you're looking for in your friends. I think this is asking you to go reach out to your friends and talk to them and find and have fun with them. I think this is asking you to turn your attention away from sexual or romantic connections or this past person, to really rely on your friends right now for comfort and stability and good times. You can have a lot of fun with your friends, and I think maybe you've been neglecting your friends a little bit. That's not a dig. I'm not trying to hate. I think you've just been focused on partners, sexual connections, romantic connections. I think this is asking you to get back in touch with your friends, find your circle, find better people to be around, really get in touch with your friends and the people who make you feel really good, the people who make you feel really connected, the people who make you feel really excited and like you're having fun, like you're having a good time. Like these are people that you really connect with on a good level, that there's a lot of harmony and balance there. I think this is asking you to get back in touch with your friends if you haven't talked to them in a while or you've been disconnected from your friends. This is a good time to get back in touch with those friends or find new people that you really connect with. It's time to find different people. Leave the past people in the past and start to look for new people that you actually really vibe with on a better level, that really see eye to eye with you. And with the Seven of Wands, I think this is asking you to stand your ground. This person from the past may be coming back to fuck with your energy when you've just been trying to have a good time. This is asking you to stand your ground and be strong and stand in your power, stand in your beliefs. Like, no, I'm protecting my energy here. I don't want you to come back and mess with my energy. I don't want you in my space. Like, I don't want to do this again. I don't want to keep doing this. Like, the past is the past and I'm trying to move on, and I need to defend myself and protect my energy and block this stuff from coming back in for me. Like, I'm blocking you out. I'm keeping you out. I'm like protecting myself. I'm defending myself because I don't want you in my energy anymore. I need to move on with my life, and you should too. Yeah, I'm definitely getting a lot of like, I have a lot of other things to do and I need to keep you out. I need to keep this negative energy out. I need to keep this stuff from the past out and just like focus on other things. I need to defend what I've been working hard on. I've been working really hard to move on, and I want to keep working at that, and that means I have to be a little overprotective of my energy, of my space, of who's in my space, and I don't want this person to be part of it. I'm definitely seeing a lot of that. All right, Gemini, I'm going to pull one last card for you from the I Am Everything Oracle deck to finish off this reading here. One last message for Gemini regarding this spread. One last message for Gemini for this November 2020 reading. One last message for Gemini. Ooh. I am aware. The number 24, if that means anything to you. When I pay attention to my surroundings, I can feel appreciation for everything. I see so much beauty in the world. Being aware means living in the present and fully experiencing my life in the here and now. I am aware. Gemini, that's beautiful. I think that's you starting to take a step into the present and starting to live in the present moment instead of living in the past, instead of going back to things from the past. I think there's a part of you that was just like feeling really carefree and a little bit reckless. This is kind of like, no digs, but a little bit of a player energy, a little bit of like, I'm just looking for quick good time, and maybe you feel like I shouldn't have opened that back up from the past, I shouldn't have gone back to that, but now you're like, I want to live in the present. I want to have good times with the people around me. I see so much beauty and appreciation for the people I already have in my life that actually really love and care about me and want me for who I am now. I think there's a bit of this person like expecting you to be someone that you used to be that you're not anymore, and you're like, I'm not that person anymore, and I need you to get out because I don't want you in my space anymore. I think you're really trying to live in the present, and you're trying to have a lot of beauty and appreciation for now instead of always going back to the past because you're reminiscing or you're feeling nostalgic or you're missing someone from the past or you're missing something that you used to have. I think there's a lot of like recognition and appreciation for who you are now and the people who appreciate you for who you are now, not people that are always expecting you to be someone that you are not anymore, someone that you used to be. I think you've grown and changed a lot, and you want to live in the present and enjoy these new moments that you're living in. Gemini, like I said in the beginning, I think you've been going through a lot of transitions, and a part of you is feeling really unstable, and you're like, it's scary, and it's uncertain, and there's a lot of shakiness and a lot of rocky ground, but I think there's a part of you that was like, well, I'm really uncertain about right now, and I'm feeling uncomfortable, and there's a instinct to go back to the past to find comfort or security or familiarity. But I think you're finally starting to transition into a place where you're like, I want to live in the present. I want to enjoy where I am now. Like, all of these beautiful new transformations have happened to me, and I want to settle into them. I want to relax in the here and now. I want to enjoy everything that's happening to me now. I want to enjoy the life that I'm living now. I want to love who I am now. I want to love the people that I'm around now. And I think you're having a lot of appreciation for that the more that you open your eyes and have awareness and start to pay attention to all the beautiful things that are happening in the present moment. I think you're really going to start to live in that moment and leave what's in the past in the past. Gemini, that is all I have for you today. I really hope you enjoyed this reading. I really loved doing this for you. If you resonated with any of these messages, if any of these really stuck out to you, please leave comments down below. I would love to hear about it. Again, in my description box, you can find my email. Please feel free to reach out to me if you'd like to schedule a personal reading. You can also find my Instagram. You can find those links to those Spotify playlists, and you can find my PayPal. Gemini, I hope you enjoy this. I hope you really start enjoying the present moment. I hope you start leaving the past in the past. I hope you resolve this miscommunication that happened and you really are clear about what you want now and who you are now, and you're finally going to let this thing end and leave it in the past so that you can start to really beautifully enjoy and live in the present moment. Gemini, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next reading.